Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
Okay, today, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. I was out last night. I received an award, and I appreciate it a lot. I was at the Pow Her Awards last night to celebrate women doing big things and other women wanting to know how women do big things, and I was one of several women who were honored. I won the Unapologetically Her Woman of the Year award. And I didn't talk as much as the other girls, you know, the other women that were there. You know, they talked for a long time. Some of them, you know, 20 minutes, a half hour. I was up there, bing, bang, boom. Like 5 or 8 minutes or something like that, because I feel as though I speak my truth every day through the TV. You know, like, and my girl power shows through, you know, sustaining my career, I guess. One shocking thing, and I didn't think about this until I was up there. Do you know I've only been unemployed for 2.5 weeks, or excuse me, 2 weeks for my entire career? 2 weeks, yep. 2 weeks. And that was right here in New York. I did not have a non-compete clause, so I went across the street and got another job. Yeah. Over 30 years I've been doing this though. Never been unemployed, but 2 weeks. Ugh. What a hustle. Okay. Lamar Odoms' Memoir. I can't wait to read it. The cover art is out. Fabulous, right? Darkness to light. He's cute, right? He's cute. I mean, so he's talking about his near-death experience at the Nevada brothel, you know, where he famously overdosed. Also his obsession with drugs and alcohol, his affairs, his marriage to Chloe. He's gonna talk about that, but I want more. I want more. I want you to talk to me about the family, the rest of the family. Like, how is Chris for real? How was, what's his name?
Chris Humphries.
Right. Like, you were there about the time Chris Humphries was in the family. How was he? You know, how'd you get along with him? Do you still talk to Rob? I want more. I need more. Yeah. Well, Darkness to Light by Lamar Odom hits stores May of 2019. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good one. In the meantime, Rob is claiming that Blac Chyna has ruined his career and he wants her to pay. Well, you know what? He does have a point. I'll tell you why. Okay, so Rob says that when Chyna filed for domestic violence, remember that restraining order that she got? It killed his endorsements. Now, I don't know what he was endorsing, but no, I mean, I don't, but it said it killed, his endorsement deals dried up, and he was so emotionally damaged over it that he that he quit the show, Keeping Up with Kardashians. So, and I could picture that, and then I guess you started eating a lot, and you became unappealing to look at, Rob. You know, it's all in how you carry yourself. You can't walk around with flip-flops and tube socks and dirty sweatpants, you know, and a stretched out t-shirt and think that people are gonna buy what you're selling. Well, he also says that Chyna's career took off after being with him. Duh. I mean, you brought her straight from the pole. And so you knew what you were getting into. And when you meet her mother and know that she comes from a family of poll workers, and you know what I mean, you guys, you know what I mean. Like, all they smelled was your money, Rob. Chyna probably never loved you. And he was so adamant about wanting to be with Chyna that he ignored his sisters. You know how your sister's supposed to tell a brother, but he ignored them. He ignored his mother, Chris. He ignored everybody and kind of shut himself off into Blac Chyna world. And that's what you get. Well, he says he can no longer afford her $20,000 a month child support. $20,000, And he wants Chyna to pay him nearly $3,000 a month instead. He's the one, he says he's the one who needs the money. I don't know how the Arthur George socks are doing at Neiman Marcus. But I'll tell you, he's very slovenly. I could not buy an Arthur George sock for like $40 from Neiman Marcus, knowing that they're supported by, or that it's Rob, you know? You could have stayed on the show though and made some money, but you chose to leave. You could have stayed on the show. You could have stayed on the show and exposed Chyna for what she is, but you chose to leave. And so now the winner is Chyna. I told you when you first met this girl, oh my gosh, she is going to use you. And she's flaunting her wealth. Yesterday on Instagram, look at this. She posted, work hard, play hard, no child support, stop the effing lies. Okay? Is this wise for her to be doing? No. Well, they were all forced to, both parties, to turn over all their finances to the judge. And the judge is gonna peruse everything and see who's cooking books or not. Matt Barnes got involved. Well, you know, now that he's Father of the Year, you know, I told you yesterday, he got custody of their twins. Gloria Govan, it has nothing to do with the boys. He's Father of the Year. He posted a fist in support of Rob. Chyna jumped in and told him to mind his own business. And he responded back by saying, back to the poll you go. Fair enough. Sometimes it's not what you do, it's what you've done. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we have to wait until December, just in time for Christmas, to find out what the judge says. Ugh. Okay, so Nick Jonas is making money off his bachelor party. And I find there to be nothing wrong with this. In the name of Star Jones. Star, you started this a long time ago. Anyway, so he wrote, Bachelor Party Weekend is officially underway. That's what he wrote. And then he showed this. He's promoting this vodka. And then he showed him promoting all his groomsmen's gifts with all the right you know, plugs for the products and everything. What's wrong with that? Only 2 people in our morning meeting, me and one other person, thought that it was fine. Everybody else thought that it was corny and tacky and stuff. But that's not his wedding, that's his bachelor party. And I know she went to Amsterdam, and she didn't post anything with she and her girls. But so what? So what? This is the wave of the future. It's disgusting. I know it is disgusting, but if you're a celebrity and you've got millions of followers and somebody's offering you a hefty check to promote something that you actually use, not some crap, you know, that you actually use, why not? But clap if you think it's tacky. You don't understand. This is the time the times in which we live, All right, so reportedly the wedding will be in December in this beautiful Indian palace. Oh, oh yes. Oh, they're doing it big. Look at that. They're also gonna have a celebration here in the US. So they're going all out. Well, you know what? Good luck to them. Yeah. All right, if you're an aspiring rapper, you might wanna come close. John Legend is reportedly producing a new hip hop competition show for Netflix. He's recruiting judges. He's already got them on the hook. T.I., Chance the Rapper, and Cardi B. And it was proposed that, do we need just a rap competition show? I said, why not? We have a competition show. Like, I've just thrown my hands up to it all. Go, just go, do it. Just do it. It's gonna be on Netflix though. Like, who goes to Netflix for competition shows? Like, if it was on regular TV, you know what I mean? I could see being there. Everybody but me was complaining about me and one other person was complaining about Cardi B being a judge. Like, who is she to be a judge? You got one album out, you haven't been around long enough, who are you judging? And I said, well, first of all, lots of criticism too. Just take a look at Cardi clapping back.
I'm looking for that it factor, and I don't go if you don't think I'm qualified as a judge. Bitch, I make good music, because you know my names and you know my records, right, bitch? I make hits, 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 hits.
The thing is that you can watch T.I. on regular TV, VH1. John Legend, I don't really know what you have to do with rap, but nice job producing. Who's going to host, your wife? Anyway, Chance the Rapper, he's not a reason to, I mean, he's nice, but not a reason to watch. Cardi is the reason to watch. You know, you might not want to take her criticism or anything like that, but Cardi is the reason to watch. And then it was said, no, Wendy, we need more established rappers for this role, like Missy Elliott or Queen Latifah. But, nope. They aren't the reason to watch. If you're doing a hip hop competition show, this is for the kids. So, you know, they're gonna be like 20 and 25 and 17 and stuff. They wanna see Cardi. They don't know Aunt Queen. They barely know Auntie Missy. They want her. They want her. Besides, these shows are more about the judges than the contestants anyway, you know? I like Puffy and Khaled's show with Fergie and them, and Meghan Trainor. I like that a lot, but I can't tell you who won last season. I just know that I tune in for the fun. But it's on regular TV, you know? It's easy. Anyway, Rhythm and Flow, that's the name of the show. It's going to premiere in 2019. You know Tiny's friend Chicana, right? Yes. I love her. Anyway, have you noticed she hasn't been a part of the family hustle and Friends? She's been nowhere around. Well, she got herself a new job. According to the JasmineBrand.com, she is going to be one of the stars in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Tiny, when she was here, because I asked, you know, how were they getting along? Remember, they fought because Tiny has a friend that Chicana wasn't getting along with, and Chicana wanted Tiny to break up with the friend because Chicana's not getting along with, you know? I know that sounds really petty, but I would almost stoop to that level as well. You know, I don't like her, and so now you don't like her. And if you're not gonna like her, then I don't like you. You know? It's very childish, but you know, friendship is so rare, and these two I thought were thick as thieves. But this has been going on for a year. And when Tiny was here, she was very careful. I asked how Shekinah was, and she said, you know, she's good, that'll always be my girl. You know, that'll always be my girl. She was very careful about it. I don't know exactly what we're going to see from Shekinah with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but you know what? She's a reason to watch to me. She's very entertaining, very funny. Yeah. Yeah, good luck, Shekinah. Paris Hilton is a humanitarian. Oh, yes. Well, she's got lots of money. You know, she runs a $1 billion empire with the curling irons and the flat irons and the magic hair and all that stuff. Anyway, on Monday, she visited the earthquake victims in Mexico and donated $350,000 to help them rebuild, which is fabulous. And rebuild from, you know, they had the earthquake in September of 2017. Anyway, look, you all, I want you to see this picture. She handed out bottles of her perfume. No. Like, go home. Go home. Drop the check and go home. Perfume and her pillows from her pillow line. Pillow? I need a mattress. Are you serious? But they loved it, and she kissed a pregnant woman's stomach. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they loved it. I mean, you can't fault Paris, you know. But damn it, man. Perfume and pillows. Well, she's been to this village before, so this is not her first time going and being giving to them. Oh, good for you, Paris, I think. Malcolm Jamal Warner's coming up. And after socializing last night, I got home just in time for the last 15 minutes of his show, The Resident. I love that show. Yeah. So, fans and people are making fun of Idris Elba's doll that looks nothing like him. Well, there's the real Idris, and here's the doll. What happened? He's evil. He's evil looking. And why is he bald? Idris has a little hair. Doesn't even look like him. I'm insulted. Looks kind of like Montel Williams. A little something. Or even that actor from The Weeds, Romany Malco. Looks kind of like him. Now, we did some trickery with photos. Let me just show you a cross between Montel and Romany and how this looks like Idris. Yeah. What happened? They never get dolls and bobbleheads correct, though. They always look like somebody else. Anyway, we've got more great show for you today. Up next, the star of The Resident, Malcolm Jamal Warner, is here. So grab a snack and come on back.